Very precarious thing. So, cup of salt, 4 tablespoons of lime. I guess this chili lime salt will last a while, because there's a crap ton of it, but seems about right. It's a lot, isn't it? Oh, well. See, I've made a few seasoned salts lately, so see what happens. And I got limes right here. So for the sake of expediency, I'm just gonna later Grandpa or later 667. Take it easy. Great to see you. As always, so I'm just gonna squeeze the limes into a cup. Measure out some tablespoons. Alright, here we go. Tablespoon measure and a nice mug. So squeeze these in. Get a clean knife. Before I chop my hands off. Alright. I think I need to get the zest from a bunch of these too, so maybe I'll zest them first. Is that easier? Probably. Do I need the zest? Whew. It's a squeeze, isn't it? Alright, here we go. Muscle time. Man, those things are fighting for their lives. Probably gonna need to take my trash out just because it's gonna smell like funky pork in the morning. Alright. So, gonna do this, get this lime sauce going, or lime salt. So that's this. Zest is where all the flavor is anyways. I don't know why they don't use it more. I'm not gonna use it all, but just a little bit of zest off each lime. Can't kill anybody, you know? I gotta get a couple of limes going here anyways. Have a good night, Katarina. Great to see you soon. Great to have you in a couple more weeks. The last man standing gets sleep deprived. Isn't that the truth? Well, that's the one downside of me being on Pacific time is, you know, I get away with it a little more. That's a chapter title. Don't steal it. That's all I do is steal chapter titles, my friend. You came to the wrong place. Alright, let's see how we're doing on tablespoons of salt. Okay, so we got 1 tablespoon of lime, 2 tablespoons of lime. Let's start just whisking that up. Let it spread around. So we need a couple more, for sure. I'm not super familiar, honestly, with these flavors. I want to put a little bit of sriracha in there. You know why? Because I'm weird. Just put a little bit of chili sauce in there. It is chili lime sauce, so whatever, right? A little bit more zest. I kind of want that lime flavor to be there, you know, in a big way. I might put a little bit of vinegar in there as well. Because I love lime and vinegar. I just put one teaspoon of that, though, not too much. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm altering the recipe as we go because there are certain things I like, and this recipe doesn't have quite all of them. This recipe has a lot of them, but not all of them. Gosh, man, these limes are just not letting themselves be free. Just give me your juice. Ah, come on. I might transfer the chicharrones out of the freezer, so freeze actually for real. Alright, they're still pretty warm. I gotta take off now. I need to shower and prepare for work tomorrow. That's awesome, Cat Dog. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging. Always good to see you. I'm gonna go 1 and 2. There's the chili lime sauce. That's great. A little bit more lime because I put some chili in there. Then put a tablespoon of rice vinegar. Might be getting a little too creative, but we'll see. You know, gotta have fun. Alright, so I'm gonna just put that in my toaster oven and then toast it. So Alright. Let me see if you guys can see that okay. Oh yeah. So I'm putting the salt. Put the salt down on just a toaster oven rack here. Looks like Himalayan pink salt, but it's like chili lime salt, so not as yummy. Smells good though. Just let that dry off, you know? That'll make the rest of our solution while this dries. You know what I mean? That should be good. Toast that. that's toasting away. There's the zester. Okay. So now to put the other spices together, I'm going to rinse this off because I think I'm just going to use this for my little spice mix in general. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up my spice mix, and then I'm going to give you guys the next kind of 2 steps. So then I'll probably clean on stream the rest of the meat, and then after that, I'm going to kind of pack in for the night. Then I'm going to start the process of dehydrating it, which I might just describe. So pretty much I'm just going to put it in the oven. I'm going to put it in the oven low and slow, I mean, it's just going to be to dehydrate it. So I'm just going to put it in the oven low and slow for a long time. So this is dry, clean bowl. Now I'm going to start the rest of my sauce. Lime juice, Cajun 2 tablespoons, Cajun black seasoning, okay, 1/2 teaspoon and pepper, zest for 4 limes. Put more zest in. I got a lot of lime in there. Whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna do the tablespoons Korean chili flakes. I think this is as close as I'm gonna get. So we got 2 tablespoons of this. Better clean up my tablespoon measure, and then I need to make Cajun blackening seasoning. I'm not exactly sure what that entails, but I think I can mix it. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. How spicy is this? 1/4 teaspoon cayenne. It's got some heat to it. So I might make the Cajun. I might make the Cajun thing. A little bit of my kind of seasoned popcorn salt in there. So let's see. Then I gotta do Cajun blackening seasoning. Okay, so I might just do that real quick too. Just a little bit. I might do a teaspoon of each. So smoked paprika, onion powder. Okay. So I'm just going to throw it in this mug. So we're going to go onion powder. I might just do a tablespoon of each because I got the tablespoon measure right here. Onion powder. Smoked paprika's up there. I got a lot of it. Alright, I got a big bag for barbecue sauce. And then sea salt. I'll put my nice little seasoned salt in there. This is my other homemade seasoned salt. Very delicious on steak, especially. I would very strongly recommend making some seasoned salt on your own. It is well worth the investment. Black pepper. So I'm just going to grind that into this. And then have fresh ground black pepper because that's how we roll around here. Always have fresh ground black pepper. Though it takes a little bit of work. It's well worth it. And it makes you sneeze. Well worth it. Have a good night. It was fun. I'm glad you were hanging out. It was so great to have you. As always. Great to have you, cat dog. Is that about a tablespoon? Find out. No. A little bit more. Well, I'm going to have Cajun blackening season and this crazy salt stuff, so we'll see what happens. And then I gotta trim the things, and then we're good. Come on, old buddy, grind. Yeah, I need to get a better spice grinder, but you know. All right. All right, that's done. That's the Cajun seasoning kind of getting together there. Oregano, cayenne, and pepper. Dried thyme. I think I have dried thyme. So I have fresh thyme. Sadly, don't think I have dried thyme, but I at least have oregano. So I'm gonna go grab some fresh thyme and chop it up. Do I have dried thyme? Basil? Alright, I'm gonna go grab some thyme and try to get a tablespoon of it. Be right back. Okay, so I got fresh thyme. Is it still hot? No. Alright, I got fresh thyme right here. And I might just turn this camera down just a smidge so you can see. I'm just going to chop it up. This was pretty clean. I don't remember using that on any meat. I'm just going to be lazy and get a cutting board. Just chop this up. Let's get as many of the leaves. Maybe I will just peel the stalks off and call that done. Chopped for the most part. Getting these stalks free. So just terrible for my knife, but it's just about enough. All right. All right, that is the Cajun black seasoning. This little tiny whisk has done more good than most. That's the Cajun black seasoning there. Really try. Bring that all together. Yeah, from the time it's not really dry on me, but spice grinder. All right, then how much of this just needs to go into the half tablespoon. So not even that much, but darn it, we made 5 tablespoons worth. That's pretty good. Get my tablespoon measure go. Half tablespoon of this. I'm going to do a little bit more because you know what? I put some work into it. So there's going to be more of this spice blend than the salt. Alright, that's the mix. And I need to put a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. So I'm going to just pop this into a Ziploc. I'll maybe put a Sharpie on it so I know that it's the whatever the heck this is, black Cajun seasoning. Or maybe I'll just remember. Alright, here's my Cajun seasoning. Awesome. That goes on there. And then, make sure everything's good. Alright. Now it is time. I'm going to check on, I'm going to strip the salt a little bit. Make sure that's not going for anything weird. Whoa. So I don't think I did the salt right. I think I burned it. I didn't know I could burn salt. That's what burnt salt looks like, apparently. I hope I have enough lime juice left. Jesus. So, Once again, my brilliance wins the day. Oh, God. Oh, wow. I thought it would be fine. Back to the drawing board. I'm glad I didn't use all those limes. Oh, what a moron. Okay. Maybe I'll just let that dry and sit out overnight. What do you know? What do you think? Guys, maybe? Oh, God. Okay. Cup of kosher salt. Going through this stuff like it's going out of style, man. That's crazy. Well, this is my last chance at it, I guess. I think I have more kosher salt somewhere in this house, but I might just throw the rest of my popcorn salt in here because, you know, I don't need that much. Alright. Salt. Round 2. So now what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to put this mixture into my little cup as a holding because I like this bowl. And this little spice mix is not going to go anywhere, I don't think. So there we go. There's my little spice mix over here. Put a little zip top or a little plastic wrap over it. So it turns out throwing salt and lime into the toaster oven does not help. It does not help it dry. It just burns it. So I'm just going to leave it to dry overnight. Hopefully I got enough lime and zest left. Okay, salt. Here we go. I have a thing for the limes. I don't know. But yeah, this was my lime receptacle, I guess. Oh man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get some zest first. Because why not? It does smell amazing. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna spread it out on a big pan by an open window. Just let it evaporate the old-fashioned way. I don't want that pith. Don't want too much pith on there. Really excited for the lime salt, though. It sounds like it's going to be super good. Alright, back to squeezing limes. Oof, when was the last time you got banned? Oof, good night. How's it going, Snags? You're almost going to get banned. But how's it going? I'm making chicharrones, in case you're curious. In case you're curious. And I'm making the salt topping for it. All right. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. Wunderbar. These limes, they do not have as much lime juice as I would prefer, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm making chicharrones, i.e. pork rinds, on a very delicious snack. There's one. There's two. 4 tablespoons into the salt here. So I'm trying to make a salt topping for it. It's a little too bright. There you go. So that's the salt. And it's kind of like lime and lime juice, pretty much. Just making lime salt for the chicharrones. A little bit of spice. I might put a little bit of vinegar in this as well. I like vinegar. I think it'll go really good with the flavors that are coming into this. Awesome. All right. Is your name Maverick? No. No, sadly, my name is Final Boss. You've been watching a lot of Top Gun? Top Gun is a great movie. Just a little lighter. Almost. Gosh. All the zest I ever want. Alright, we're getting there. 1:38. Not too late. I don't have time to clean the pork rinds and then we're good. Oh, come on. Alright, let's get these limes done. Is this baby? I think we're good. So I'm just going to spread out the salt on a big tray on the table and hope my cat doesn't mess with it. Though I'm pretty sure she will, so I'm going to put it up on the top of a big shelf. Probably. My cat loves to just get into anything, and this would be a perfect opportunity for her to lick salts and get in trouble. So I'll have to make sure cat is as far away from this as possible, which will be interesting. Which will be very interesting. That's good. I think it's enough zest for these chicharrones round one. You all cook it all or write? This is normally a writing stream, but tonight we're cooking. Tonight we are cooking. Wanting to make chicharrones for a while, and I'm gonna have my shot. Gonna have my chance. Got my big cast iron pot. I'm going to fill it up with oil and then make the most delicious chicharrones I've always wanted. Excellent. And excellent. A little bit more because a little bit more lime. Why not? And then I do want to put a little bit of vinegar. Because I like the flavor. I wanted that. Alright, that should be just about enough. Just mix this up. Alright, I'm going to try to dry this puppy off as much as I can tonight. I'm going to put it on a baking pan. Alright. Chicharrones are going on those. Salt goes on this. And then I'm just going to spread this out. Looks like snow, doesn't it? Some yummy, salty snow. Again, it's not snow you'd want to eat, but actually it is snow you'd want to eat, but just in diluted portions. Wouldn't want to go for this right straight up. Alright, so I'm going to set this out to dry. Alright, that's drying. Now it's time to clean the rest of the chicharrones, and then we're going to call it a night. Yes! We did it! We're free! Okay, those thrown away. These limes get thrown away. Time to trim some chicharrones. Here are the remaining chicharrones. Seems as they've congealed at last. Now we will cut them up. I'll kind of clean this real quick because the mess is increasing. The size and scope. The size and scope of this is getting bigger. all you eat is protein bars and Korean food. Well, at least Korean food's good, you know? That is a bummer, man. Are you deployed? I imagine you're deployed, Court Commander. That's you're tough. First off, I greatly appreciate your service. That's amazing what you've done for the country. But secondly, I am sorry that all you're eating is protein bars and Korean food. That sounds difficult. Hella good from the source. That's true. All right, big bowl for all the cleaned up pork rinds. This will start to solidify nicely. And oh man, there's pork. There's a pork rind, my friend. I'm just gonna kind of scrape the rest of the fat off of these. I don't even know if I need to cut. Just kind of like Jello now. Jeez Louise. Just cut. Yeah, I think the initial approach was better. I think my initial approach was the best, which was to kind of just trim them. This is going to be a bit, I mean, it's doable, scraping more fat off than I was before. I mean, it's actually pretty effective. Maybe I should have gone this way. You really do get all the fat off. Yeah, there's that nice little mouth waters. I mean, I will say it doesn't look that appetizing right now, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're just scraping. I feel like the boiling method is the best, though. You know, I feel like that's removed the most fat. It's gonna give me the cleanest pork rind, I think. I mean, I have the other ones that I'm gonna test, so I'm gonna see how much of a difference it actually makes. But this seems like it's really, and then cooling it back down. Oops. And then kind of recoagulating because it was like super broken apart in the oven. It's coagulated a lot more once we got it in the fridge, and I think that makes sense because the fat is really responsive to temperature. So that makes a lot of sense. I'm just gonna cut that there. All right. I kind of get all this fat goo, and I'm gonna throw it away. Okay, back to the scraping the rinds, and these will sit overnight. Come on, buddy. Oh yeah, that is really effective, I will say. The boiling, it kind of like curls them, so they're a little harder to handle. But the boiling seems to be really great at removing the fat. That seems to make a pretty significant difference, and it's, you know, how clean the fat removal is. And the fat removal, from what I've understood, is pretty important in terms of making sure these are real nice. Only the skin, you know, like not a bunch of whatever else. Okay, that's one. That's two. Okay, this is one split. Yeah, man, that's kind of crazy how effective that was. Well, I stand corrected. I kind of know what I would do next time. I mean, I think I don't agree with him cutting it into these tiny little bitty bits before boiling, but after you boil, I feel like that's a better time to cut. I'm just trimming just a little bit of fat off. There. Just a little bit of fat off. Come on. That's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect, I don't think. As much as my perfectionistic tendencies want it to be. Like that. Yeah. And we go to the rinse. Mouth waters indeed. Okay, so here's one with the whole section of fat still attached. Man, that is interesting. Yeah, this is what they initially kind of want you to do, is to kind of like peel it off like that. Like scrape it off. I don't think that worked. Let's just going to throw it away. It sucks. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the fat still attached. I mean, this is one that I think I didn't trim previously, so that seems fine. But the individualized, see, I'm still going to have to cut it. Yeah, you know, I don't think I agree with the putting it into small bits. I mean, it does, actually, it's pretty good at getting the fat off, but I'd already trimmed a lot of the fat off. It was working just fine. These are going to be little candies, though, man. These are going to be pretty good, I think. I can just sense the goodness. You know, when you just know, like, oh, man, this is going to be amazing when it's done. It's exactly how I feel right now. And I got some rinds. Just going to let them sit overnight, probably. Ugh, the fat's gelatinized a lot because we boiled it. So it's like it's very difficult to work with my texture. Yeah, I do not agree. So like one of the videos said to cut it into little bits before you boil it. I think that's completely wrong. I would, you know, you cut it into like, oh gosh. I would cut it into strips. The strips seem the best way to work with this. And then you can either, we'll see what the difference makes in the fry in terms of time to world build dies. Oh, you're good at world building now. You got a whole world ahead of you, quite literally. Oh, no. I think I would leave the fat on and cut it into strips. That would be my next. Okay. Those are coming out nice, though. Those are coming out nice. So this one looks kind of green. Alright. Oh, they're already pretty much trimmed, aren't they? The pre-trimming does make this a lot easier. Just making sure they're just flawless at this point, but I feel like the ones with the fat, it's pretty easy to remove the fat after you boil it. Gosh, I need a bigger kitchen, though. I will tell you that. I would kill for a big kitchen. But fate has not favored me in the kitchen department for the last couple of years. I'll tell you all that much. One day, maybe. Gosh, I how to lip this freaking cutting board. It just does not sit freaking still. It's really dangerous. I just can't get a place to cut that's flat and safe and level. It's really annoying. joy. Just hear me just whining away. But that's the fun. That's why you're on Final Boss, to hear a writer whine. So you know that you're not the only writer that whines. Every writer whines. It's how we do what we do. I whine. It's very interesting in terms of texture and managing kind of the feel of it here. Try to skim these as clean as I can get them. But I am, in fact, a perfectionist, so you might not need to do it this extremely when you make pork rinds, but the sad thing is, like, I know that when you pop these in your mouth, they're like a 10-second eating. Like, you know, you're just like, gone. You know, so it's kind of like, feels like a bit of a shame to just, like, be so meticulous about every single one, which I think is probably not necessary. That's why I'm doing a few experiments, because if I ever want to make this again, I would definitely need to simplify it, because it's really complex as is. It's a little too much, I think, right now. Scraping everything off and being all perfect and blah, blah, blah. You know. I bet they'll be really good because they'll be perfect. Moment. Yeah, luckily these will be going through a lot more cooking. I mean, it cooks like goodness knows how many times. Like, you boil them, which is a cooking method, and then you, and then you dehydrate them, which is a cooking method, and one that is actually involves a decent amount of heat, 200 degrees. And then, come on, you little stinker. And then you fry them. It's a lot of work. A lot of cooking, so even if it's a little funky, or if something gets dirty, I don't really feel that bad, because I know it's going to go through like 10 more purification cooking processes. I bet you this will be one of the most watched videos, because one of the other most watched videos I had was the mochi, making mochi. So I'm very, all the food things, especially the obscure food that I've done, very, very, a lot of random people watch it. BRB, see you in a little bit, Corgi. Hope everything's okay. Yay, we're almost done with plastic bag number 1. Then we got plastic bag number 2, and then we're done for the night. I think once I'm done trimming these, I think I'm going to call it. And then I'll dry them out tomorrow. I have had more fun than I thought doing this, though. I do love my cooking projects. It's one of Final Boss's vices, I guess. It's just random cooking projects. But this is a paleo and a keto one, and it's actually not even that unhealthy in general, because this isn't fat. This is skin that we're cooking, so it's almost like healthy. Alright, this looks pretty done. Alright, bag number 2. Once this bag number 2 is done, then we are complete. We've done all we intended to do with the pork tonight, and then we will we'll dry them out tomorrow. Then I'll have pork rinds at the ready whenever I darn well want. Because once they're dehydrated, they are just there, ready to go. Wow. Just clean them one at a time. I'm gonna laugh. I'm like, all in all, this makes like a half bag. It's like, oh, well, that would be like a quarter bag from this random store. Oh yeah, this is the uncooked. This is the unboiled. A lot different as well. I don't think I need to keep them in separate bags. I'll be able to tell. There's the other unboiled one. May as well cut it on up. Dehydrate that tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I will say, it's much easier to clean after you boil them. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Though, whenever they curl up like this, less easy to clean. Yeah, maybe this is the best way, is to leave the fat on and just trim it out. It's pretty effective. I gotta say, the Bacon's Air or whatever website, pretty solid in terms of having one of the better methodologies online. In terms of, there's not much good resources around making chicharrones, sadly. It seems like it's a lost art, you know? It's too bad, because it is a delicious art. Oh, it looks pretty down. I mean, that's about as clean as I can get them. I'm pretty impressed with how my butchery has done. Which, you know, you got to do a decent amount of butchery for frickin' pork rinds. Finish this chapter and nobody is on, so I'll share something. Yay! Looking forward to reading it. Looking very forward to reading it. I will probably not read it while I'm operating a knife, but I'll be right back. I'm going to dump it. Alright. We're getting there. Never cut. Joshua cows down his last slice before bowing out of the table. See you later, Paul. Thanks for your help. Hanging on the posters, exit is graceful and relaxed as I die from blunt trauma. Instead, I get burns like a dippy. I got pretty gnarly second degree on my foot because I spilled boiling water. Wow. I don't think that second bit's not part of your story. I'm imagining. You can tell me if I'm wrong. But I liked the little quote you put in. I liked the quote. I liked the kind of the internal voices versus the external voices. That's awesome. Some of that stuff. It's not coming out like good clean. This one's all trash. The whole bit is just that message. Yeah, it's awesome. I liked it. Are you now? How far along are you in your book? Are you getting pretty close to the final chapters? Or are you still fighting for it? Because I know you kind of wanted to come up with your chapters first, which makes sense. I need to get a better knife. I need to get an actual chef's knife very soon. I'm tired of not having one and using just steak knives. Pretty much what this is. All right, getting there. This is like the third one. In 5, I'll start posting a web serial probably. That's awesome. I mean, man, so many people I feel like develop their books over web serial. I mean, that's how Wool Omnibus got its start, if I'm not mistaken. Hugh Howey's kind of masterpiece, really. I think that was a fantastic book, if you ask me. I thought he did a great job. I hope we got a big cutting board. I think I got a big cutting board. Alright. I'm going to throw this crap. Too much crap on my cutting board. I'm really going to need to wash my hands after this, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'm going to say if the trimmed skin boils or fries just as well as the boiled stuff, I may tell you to cut the boiling step. You know? Boiling step's a pain in my ass. Though, I think pre-trimming boiling is worse. So you just boil it and then trim it. It's not too bad. So live and learn. Yeah. live and learn. I think there's kind of two different ways, and I blended them, and that was not a great idea. Like this way, just like cut the fat off after it's been kind of boiled. It's pretty effective. Maybe a little bit less than the super extreme way. But pretty damn good. Skin is still pretty darn tough. I'm gonna try leaving these with a little bit of fat on. We'll see how that comes out. I gotta change this. I'm getting annoyed. Getting to the last few. Whew, mama. This is piggy work. Alright, home. Stretch. Come on, little piggy. Whew. It's kind of crazy how much food goes to waste, you know? So many pigs slaughtered, and I doubt very many people make pork rinds out of the skins, you know? Pork rind and lard. That's what this part's good for. Alright, there's a big old hunk of something. There's a big old hunk of something. Okay. Yeah, I'll do this bit by bit here. mean, it's nice. Some of them, they're a little pre-cleaned. It makes it a lot easier. Oh my gosh, my mouth is so small. Lazy. Let me know when you have your link up for your web serial, Miak. I would be very excited to read your awesome work. Man, we're getting there. I'm excited. I'm hoping the hype about homemade pork rinds, it lives up to it. I'm really hoping that it lives up to the hype of homemade pork rinds. Because everyone is like, oh my gosh, I've seen that everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's so different. It's looking pretty good. Okay, a couple little bits left and then we're done. Alright. 3 bits. This goes to the trash. Okay. Alright. We did it. Trash can. Whew. Now here we go, our finished product, a jiggly bucket of clean pork skin. But this I'm going to dry out tomorrow, not tonight, because it's too late. I'm not leaving the stove on overnight because that is dangerous, I discovered. So I'm going to zip top that, plastic wrap it, put it in the fridge, as low as possible. anybody gets sick. By anybody, maybe. All right. That's done. This goes sink. This probably can go in the dishwasher. All right, folks. Good night. That's the show. I think we did a great job, everybody. I'm pretty excited about how that came out. Take care. We did all the pork products, and we're porked out. So I'll see you later. Bye.